by Daily Warden. That was the one in the screen. Can you figure that out? Can you figure that out?
647.
Can you figure that out? Come on, man.
Look, I got
6:47.
See?
Watch you, baby. Watch you.
47.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Okay, fine. How do you know what time it is?
Because it's right there on that clock.
Hang.
6:48.
You forgot. It's wrong. Hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? All right, David Warden, say it. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted off the game.
Stanley, do you need
A lot of people didn't take that seriously. Just left the clock. Zero and call it a take. But you're actually talking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience you're playing at. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell me what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time.
I'm level 7. I can finally get that thing.
Go ahead, pick whatever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you earned it. Alright.
Yahoo!
Well, okay, you're back to the video game now.
You know what time you were born?
What?
You were born at 7:05 a.m. You were born at 7 o'clock a.m.
The end is loading. The end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This is PS5.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made for this job.
It's a security.
Stanley was happy.
That's a really tiny room.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Come on, man. It just has to be so hard. Oh, okay. The new content is right here. Where'd it go? Oh, it's gone.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
I like this
It
game.
had really been worth the
That was
detour after all,
also
but eager to
interesting.
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
X is how you open and close doors.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I can actually make it to that bin. That's close one.
Really far
But I
down.
can't get down there. How do I get to that door over there? Alright, I'll just go into that. Ah!
You're in air.
Yes, there, ah! Oh,
Now I can finally
Okay.
buy that dress. I
Hold
can
on.
finally buy that.
look at that paper.
I
What
can
is it?
finally buy. I
What
can
is it?
finally.
I don't know. Nope. I can't get it.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the
Okay,
beaten path
okay.
that it seemed the office had
I'm
begun
gonna stop.
from so
I'm
far
gonna
off the
stop it right there.
path that it
You
seemed
didn't
the
think
office
I was
had
actually
begun
just a
from so
recording,
far off
did
the
you?
beaten path.
What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must
Wait.
absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
No, it's not. What did I do? Did I
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But this
Sit in your bean bag, or do they only just use it as a table?
and I'll use as tables. One.
Ethan, you
When
don't
Stanley
finish that.
came to a
No.
set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to
we
stop
can't
by
do
the
just edit
employee
level 2
lounge
in the new
first,
content.
just to admire
Sorry.
it.
And also we can't do.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No time.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What's the end game? Like, what do you have to do?
I don't know. So you can't slide. That's soon pre-work.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I mean, if you
I
finish
realize
all
that
the
investing in your
chapters.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone
going
you...
to the-
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
Disappeared.
I
It
wanted
is
to
sugar
stop.
patches.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think,
Yeah, I'm
well, I
not sure
think
what
I
that
have a
means.
solution. Here, let me show you.
Ooh.
Right in the dark.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Mom, you're gonna love this.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I can change!
Oh, no. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from
there's a
being
jump
happy.
off.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
And I keep going. Oh.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I
No,
just wanted us to get
no.
along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
You're walking slowly.
Here you go. Oh.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
What? There's door chain it! Wait, what?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Anyways, in the middle of the game, just weird stuff happening around it.
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this
No,
was
no,
not the
no.
correct way to the meeting
That was
room,
an
and
airport.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
What?
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Weird.
I'm
Stanley
second
was so
the air
bad
and
at
I'm
following
burping.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Weird.
Hell, is this funny?
Gross.
Scrollsy,
Look,
ballsy,
Stanley,
tiny,
I think
squeeze.
perhaps we've got love
You're
on the
grossy,
wrong
bossy.
foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else
You
can
make
be
people
difficult,
think
but the
a lot.
fact is that the
Skibba.
story has been about nothing
Hell
but
yeah.
you all this time. There's
Stop
someone
the
you've been
toilet.
neglecting, Stanley.
I'm a skeleton
Someone you've forgotten
toilet.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
What?
This is it, Stanley.
What is this?
Your chance to redeem yourself. To put
Oh,
your
I
work
can't go in here.
aside. To let her back into your
The door's
life.
locked.
She's been waiting.
What is this?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay, I guess something bad will happen. I'll just pick it up. Ah!
What happened?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What's that?
Gotcha.
What's that?
Oh, come on.
That
Did you
is that
actually
David
think you had a
Warren?
loving wife? They'd want to commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me check this out.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on, dude. What are you doing?
Do what he says. You're in his story now.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
The man named Stanley? This is inappropriate. There's curse words in here.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Nuggy.
Mickey. Okay.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to
looks
do.
nice.
Now
Look.
he's pushing a
I
button.
got a desk.
Now
This
he's
is gonna
getting
become my
lunch.
house.
Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Circle.
But
Yep.
in his mind, in
No,
his
it
mind, he
it
can
was
go on
just so-
fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions
Good.
into the unknown.
They actually
Fantastic
put
discoveries of new lands.
He actually put a limit.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, he
And
actually
each
put a
day that
limit
he
in this
returned to
game.
work was a reminder
But
that none of it would ever
but I
happen
feel
to
okay.
him.
It's not fun for anything.
And so he
Oh
began
my
to
God.
fantasize about his own job.
Oh my God!
First,
The
he
TV
imagined
just
that one
turned
day
into
while at
black.
work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his
This is
co-workers,
so
his
much
boss,
easier.
everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came
There's
to
nothing
two
here.
open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought
There's like
that
a
his
tycoon
decisions would
running.
mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Hotel tycoon. It's like a.
As he wandered through this fantasy
Ew!
world, he began to fill it with many
What is that
possible
on the ground?
paths and destinations.
That
Down
is
one path lay an enormous round
That
room
is gross.
with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down
that
another was a
coffee?
game with a baby.
I think it is.
And he called it the Stanley Parable.
It looks like.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
Look,
Surely there's an
You wanna
answer
know
down
how
some
they
new
did?
path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Let me jump.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to
I
me.
like that.
He won't stop.
Computer.
Here,
That
watch this.
computer is called
Stanley,
Stanley.
the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay, fine.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him
Oh.
in a way that he'll understand
This
that
looks like
every
my real
second he
office.
remains here, he's
this-
electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I'm not.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make
Quiet
the rules. I simply play to my
question.
intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. and
Okay,
Stanley
I.
pushed a button. And I tried.
What happened?
I died.
Oh no.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh! The new content.
Go back downstairs in a few minutes. New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Let's do it now!
Where's it going?
I don't know. Okay.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable
Mom.
Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for
But you're
consoles
gonna
and
miss
home computers.
If you leave now, you're gonna miss the
The
content.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens
this is
and
gonna be a
expands the world of the Stanley
is gonna be a
Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Shot plus game.
Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds
Oh my
delightful.
god, buddy.
I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Hey, that's a lot of snow.
I want to say it.
It's a big clear snowball.
Okay, Mom. Here we go.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special
Mom,
yet, but I'm sure it's just the
I
beginning
thought
of
you
a
were gonna get the new
mesmerizing
content.
adventure.
It's weird.
Yeah?
It's short and little. Let me show you.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, here we go.
okay.
All right, finally, at long last, it's
I
on
thought
to
it
the
was
new
broken, but
content.
it
I've
wasn't.
never been more ready. Let's do it.
I'm lifting on a brick wall.
Yeah, it's like an elevator.
Yeah, it is.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Okay, I'll give you the content whatever.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Okay. Oh, that's my jumper name. Upstairs. Okay. Let's go.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And
It's because I'm
Oh, wait.
watching
more.
Twitch.
Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see
Oh,
it.
this is.
I'm ready for
Oh,
whatever
this
it is.
Nice. That's fine.
That's it?
Don't.
Oh, you've
Don't
got to be
see it, it's
kidding me.
content.
You see, Stanley?
This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
Okay.
No frills.
Reset the game.
No
I really want to
gimmicks.
see.
Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say,
But
friend?
Mom, hang on. It's gonna be. Again. There it goes. Okay, let's go to my. Whoa.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want
hold
to
on
show
a sec.
you
Let me see what's over
something.
here.
Oh, you don't want to see the
Oh,
cool
it's cool
surprise
surprise.
I
No,
made for
wait.
you? Well, fine. You're
Wait,
a
let me in,
dog
let me in.
anyway, so...
I wanna
never
see.
mind. You're not a dog.
Okay. Where is? Oh. Okay. Ah!
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the
Are you making
Stanley
this?
Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it
All
away
right, where
here
is
where
this?
the game's developers won't find
Oh.
it. Just our little
Dude,
secret.
this looks like Elden Ring. We
Take a
get
look.
cake.
I call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Yes. Yeah, I think it.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory
What is
zone
this?
remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the
Oh.
game originally launched? Back then, video games had
I think there's
integrity.
another. I
Back
think
then,
there's a new
it
chat.
all meant something. Oh, the
Oh.
waste.
That been not a good time.
When you come downstairs, we're better.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
What?
Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally
10
every
for
game
10.
ever created. It was Skyrim, it was
10 for
Persona
$10?
3, it was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
There's doors there, but I wish I could get it. They're fake doors! Alright.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley
No.
Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Can I get over there? Serious. I can't jump. I need a jump circle. Okay, I'll go back.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over
What
again.
is this?
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely
What is this?
popular online storefront for
PCR
computer games. I
Press
haven't looked at these in
accelerate
years. I
gas.
can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh.
Honestly, I could not be
No,
bothered to
look
play
at
this
it!
game to full
Seriously!
completion. The narrator is obnoxious
Oh my God!
and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
Whoa!
I'm trying to make a serious work of art.
Whoa.
I suppose
Get
I could
out.
write up a handful
I
of
got
gags
out.
to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web
Alright, where's
of
the other
profound
part?
philosophical insights that I can't even
Alright,
imagine
where's
where
the?
I'd have the room to
Alright,
stick them.
where's the other part? Why does it keep
Okay,
saying
let's see
not
what this one
recommended?
says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
You're not
You can
preachy.
tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh, dear.
What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say?
What I can always form to not a recommended sign.
Catch up with his long-winded explanations
Seriously?
of what's happening. I wish there was a
Why?
skip button. A skip button? Well,
Wait, what?
well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Whoa! What is that?
And it's always been my motto. I do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes,
Oh my
a
God.
skip button we shall have.
Oh yes, that is a whole new room.
A skip
And
button.
here it is. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue
Okay.
full of unnecessary...
Shut up!
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're...
Okay, bye.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to
The
again.
plant died.
Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about...
Oh. Oh, he's dead. Wait, that's not a security camera. That is a smoke detector.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human
You're so
condition.
talking!
But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they
Shut
gnashed
up!
their teeth and said, enter...
Shut up! Okay, I'm sorry.
He talks so much. It's so annoying.
Oh.
How annoying.
He pushed the button a bunch and the skip just got longer.
Skippity toilet?
No, the skip. Like he was skipping the game.
I see.
And every skip got bigger.
It fell off again.
And the clock fell off the wall.
Mm.
And the plant is dead. And I have no idea.
The end is never the end.
And there the end, and there the end, and there the end.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Alright, push it. He's definitely dead. Fine, chicken. That's bad.
Oh,
Easy gauche.
try to.
Okay. Sure, light.
Finally, some light.
Maybe climb up or something. I don't know. Whoa. Bigger bounce trickle. Hang on, let me push that again. Wait. No!
the time.
Ah! Okay.
The button fell over.
Oh, I pushed too many. Oh! Yes.
Huh?
What? I drove through the time to a planet with nothing but just rocks? Seriously? Should we follow it? Hey, what is here?
Okay, he died.
He's dead. From all the time. Yeah, he's dead. Cool. Yeah, the end. Loading. The end is loading. Near the end.
All of his co-workers
Okay.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait. New content. That's new.
Oh, good. You
I want to see what. I want to see what's
Yes,
new
I
and
have
new
something
and new
very
in that.
exciting to show you.
Lucy! Lucy. Oh, scared the park. Alright, where's it? Oh, okay,
You see,
where's it taking me
Stanley,
this time?
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable.
It's
and
not going
about
to take me
how
to the same
roundly
place, I
disappointing
promise.
This ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
It's not about you! That's what I was talking about!
Oh.
Yes, you
The
see,
end is near
isn't
the
this far
end
superior to a
again.
measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all
The
the new
end,
territory
near
it would
the
cover
end,
with a
near
fully
the
fledged
end.
sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game
There's
will
so
sort of
many in here.
naturally spring up around them.
Alright, here it
It'll all
is!
work itself out. Game development
Woo!
is... Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
We need a charger.
They all fit. Everything's the same. No, don't turn around. Learn how to do it.
Oh, it goes in that way. I thought it went in this way. Good, run right. The Stanley Parable 2.
Where's the exit? I want to go to the exit. See what... Let's see what's near the exit. Where's the exit? Where's the exit in this place, too? Oh, there's the exit. Alright. Here's the exit.
Calling
Let's
it the
go.
Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But, oh goodness, Stanley, this is very awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to both the exhibits for the bucket and the collectibles. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves both of them. And I really do hate
Okay,
to
I'll
break
go
the
get
illusion,
one of
but
the
it's important
collectibles
that you go
and,
see the collectibles and the bucket, okay? All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
Okay, I'll get the collectible.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley
look.
Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your
There's
unremarkable
people
life.
fighting. Look at the people fighting. Hey! Hey, I got a collectible! Okay. And we need 5 more. Alright. Then we need to go get the
God, it really
research
is the
bucket
worst when
from
you
the
collect
Stanley Parable
everything in a
2.
video game, and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Alright, let's go get the research bucket. Whew. Freaked out.
A
Okay.
common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of
Here's the
reckless
bucket.
despair in those who played it.
Research bucket
Well,
from the Stanley
I'm
Parable
happy
2.
to say that after much consideration,
Darling,
I've engineered a
just have to
clever
wait.
solution to this
Gotta come to
fundamental
class.
problem with the game.
Class.
It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see,
It's
Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable
What?
will feel perfectly normal.
Oh,
and
it looks like a
perhaps
bucket.
even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect
what's that?
solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow
nope.
of comfort,
It's
even in
just
the
sour
face
bucket.
of
What are you
crushing
doing?
despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
What are
And
you
in
talking
fact,
about?
Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you
Yeah!
an air of charisma as well?
You look like
I
Steve
think that just
anyways.
holding it has
What?
made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
And make a video.
The benefits
Look.
of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Looga.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
There should not be an award that's just an ordinary bucket.
It is an award.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know
Yes.
it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Yay!
Like a birthday for the terrible.
Well, I
You're
mean,
ju-
there's potential here,
It's
right?
just all stick
sort
together.
of- Okay, never mind. Hold on.
It's so
Let me do
small.
a different arrangement.
Oh, you're so
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
That's
Who
nice.
am I
I
kidding,
like that.
Stanley? This isn't a coherent video
Infinite
game at all. It's a lot
Hall.
of gags.
I mean,
And I do very much enjoy
something.
creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
What is that?
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel
That-
that would capture all
that
the
box
magic
left
of
a
the
name in
first
it.
game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these
I mean,
gags
the
are,
box
they
was
won't
different.
stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable
What?
and simply,
Someone
well,
was
insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course.
someone was
With
watching
respect,
me.
with care for the vision
Wait.
and integrity of the original game.
There's
Would
no
it
one in
possibly
there.
work? I suppose it could.
Maybe,
but it would
maybe
need
they
a really
watched. Maybe
tremendous
they.
title
Maybe
screen.
they
A
want to
title
watch the
screen that
cameras
says with
while
bold and
I was going on
uncompromising
some adventure,
conviction,
right?
This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.